Okay, so recently made a video about Grendel and Grendel's mother, and on Wednesday the video of the dragon went up. That was 17 minutes long, which is not something I actually want to do. So this video, even though it's going to be filmed in bits and pieces, I might not put it all together. I might break it up into 2 or more videos, probably 2. So I'm just going to read my notes down here, just to kick this video off. To paraphrase a poet, not all heroes wear the same armour. In Beowulf, while the titular hero performs the lion's share of the spectacular deeds, the truly profound lessons about courage, loyalty and leadership often emanate from the figures related to the or relegated to the margins. And this is what this video and maybe the next video are all about. It's about those other characters that we hear about, we get a little bit about them. Some have appeared in other sagas, and we're going to talk about them today. So, like, we spend a lot of time dealing with Beowulf in the poem because, you know, it's, let's face it, it's a poem about a man named Beowulf.
I'm Beowulf!
But we're going to look at other people. So I've got 4 men, 4 blokes, 4 heroes that we're going to talk about. And for the feminists out there, I do have a Women of Beowulf video planned. And we'll be dealing with that at some point in the future. I don't know why I'm doing all this bullshit. So, let's get some facts and figures first. So we're going to start with Hrothgar. Hrothgar. His name, as far as I know, means spear joy. Gar means spear. Hroth, I think, means joy. So his name basically means spear joy. His father, Halfdan, I'm pretty sure he's the reason why Denmark is called Denmark. His grandfather, Beo, or Barley, or Beowulf, depending on who you listen to. In the actual manuscript itself, I'm pretty sure it's spelt Beowulf. Tom Shippey labels him down as Barley, and I wasn't supposed to poke that back so far. There we go. And otherwise, other people use the word Beo. And I did a video on this whole thing a little while back, if I can find it, up here or over there, I can't remember. Anyway, and before that, his great-grandfather would be Skjold, who is literally the first person mentioned in the manuscript, in the poem. He is the founder of the Skjolding dynasty. He has 2 brothers, Hroarr and Helga. Hroarr, I don't know what Hroarr means, obviously spear something, so we'll put that over here if I can figure it out. 1 sister, Siggy. He's got 2 sons, Hedrick and Hrothmund, and a daughter, Hroarr. And Hroarr will be on the women's video at a later date because I've already compiled that list. There's an aged king of the Danes, builder of Heorot, plagued by Grendel. So Heorot, Mead Hall, no, it means Hall of Joy, Heart Hall, Hall of the Heart, or Heart Hall, or something like that. Now, Hrothgar, if you've read the poem, you know who he is. But you might not know his link to Beowulf in the past. Now, all of the 4 names I have on this list right now, they all have some link and connection to Beowulf. And some of them have links and connections to each other. So, Hrothgar. Let's get to the next part. Hrothgar, life and deeds. Hrothgar is a central figure in the first part of the poem, serving as the Danish king in distress. His history and deeds are revealed in the poem, paints a picture of once powerful noble ruler. This is how he was actually able to pay for not only Heorot to get built, the most magnificent mead hall ever.
May all those who cross these steps find a happy heart.
But he was a very generous king, a ring giver. He gave away a lot of shit. And he gives away a lot of stuff to Beowulf. Even, who is it? Was it his nephew's armour that was supposed to go to Hrolf? I can't remember, but he's benevolent, but sometimes a bit of a dick, frankly. Here's a brief history of Hrothgar and his deeds. Early reign and prosperity. Hrothgar is introduced as a wise and successful king, a descendant of Skjold. The legendary founder of the Danish royal line. He enjoys significant military success, expanding his kingdom and accumulating great wealth. His reign was initially marked by peace and prosperity. This is what happens when you're a king who's actually, I mean, he can be benevolent and generous now, but you can't achieve that without violence, if you know what I mean. It comes down to peace and prosperity, and the protection of your people can only really be secured through violence, through an act of, you know, war. You're just going to tell the other people, look, don't fuck with me. Yeah, he builds Heroes as a testament to his power. There we go, Hall of Heart, Hall of Heart. Ring giver for whom is rolled, yada yada yada. Grendel attacks. The joyous sounds of the festivals emanating from Hroarr. I've talked about this a lot. Marital life and family life. He's married to Wulfeo. Again, Wulfeo is on the women's list, so we'll talk about her at a later date. A wise and generous queen. They have 2 sons. We've already mentioned that already, and 1 daughter. Now, this is the important part, because he knew about Beowulf, and if you've read the story, you might have caught that, but you might not actually know why. Now, this is his interaction with Beowulf's father, Ecgtheow. So, as detailed previously, an important deed of Hrothgar's earlier reign was his intervention into a blood feud involving Beowulf's father, Ecgtheow. Hrothgar paid a war guild to the Wolflings, settling a dispute and earning Ecgtheow's loyalty and gratitude. This act foreshadows Beowulf's arrival and the debt of honour. Dealings with Beowulf. Upon Beowulf's arrival, Hrothgar receives him generously, remembering Ecgtheow and expressing his hope that Beowulf can rid his kingdom of Grendel. He grants Beowulf permission to fight Grendel. Yes, we know that because we read the freaking poem. Hrothgar also imports valuable wisdom to Beowulf, warning him about the intoxicating nature of power. This is something we talked about at the end of the last video, at the end of the dragon video. We talk about this. You know, power attracts the worst and corrupts the best and all that kind of stuff. Again, thank you, Ragnar. And again, Ragnar Lothbrok, I keep bringing them up in some of these videos, and I might do a video at some point on the Ragnar Lothbrok saga, or the Ragnar saga of Lothbrok, or whatever you want to call it. I have a copy of it here somewhere, so we're going to talk about that. And I've got a book coming on Monday. It is Jackson Crawford's 2nd edition, where he has added to that the Ragnar Lothbrok saga. So we'll see what he's got, because I wouldn't mind reading his translation of it, but otherwise I have it all here. I also have, who is it? It's not Bede, it's the other one, Saxo Grammaticus, got his book up there as well. So book 9 of Saxo Grammaticus is all about Ragnar. Anyway, back to Hrothgar. Sorry, I got sidetracked there for a bit. I don't know why. Weird eye thing going on. Anyway, sympathetic creature, done these. By the time Beowulf appears, Hrothgar is a sympathetic figure, an old, good king, and has done great deeds in the past, but now overwhelmed by the supernatural evil he cannot defeat. He represents the limits of human power in the face of demonic forces, and his despair makes Beowulf's heroism all the more striking. Now, if your only experience with Beowulf is the 2007 Robert Zemeckis CG movie, Hrothgar jumps out a fucking window and kills himself just so Beowulf can then take over, and then Beowulf takes over, which is not what happens. He just defeats Grendel and Grendel's mother and then goes home to Geatland, and from that point on we don't really deal with Hrothgar anymore. If you want to deal with Hrothgar, you have to read the Saga of Hrolf Kraki, which is up here somewhere. It's something I do want to get into, and once I have that kind of information, I will make a video on that, because I do want to get more into sagas, because I'm reading it and I'm enjoying it. Right, so that's the end of the first part of this. I'm going to get on with the second part after I go make a cup of tea. So the YouTube algorithm thinks you'll like either one of these 2 videos. Happy Fridays. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like the video if you like the video. And I'll see you Wednesday for part 2 of this 4-part series.